All right, this is as real as it gets. This is what I wish I knew when I was younger. I'm 24 years old. I've made millions of dollars, traveled the world, lived in Miami. And I lived a life that a lot of people dream of. And I don't want to make this about me. I want to make this about you. And hopefully these things that I'm going to share with you could actually change your life and really expedite your journey to success. So listen, the first thing that I wish I knew when I was younger is everything has a season and a reason. To not hold on to things longer than you need to hang on to them. So like whether that be a relationship, whether that be a job, whether that be just a friend, everything comes at a divine time for a divine reason, and it's up to you to be able to feel and have the intuitive feeling to know when to let go of something, no matter what it is. God is going to do this with many things in your life. Maybe he brought a person into your life to grow you, and then you need to let go of them because they're holding you back. That happens all the time. Maybe he gave you this job to get you out of a shitty situation, and he got you out of that shitty situation, and now you need to let go and go another direction. You have to be, I guess, agile. You need to be able to maneuver. You need to be spontaneous. You need to be able to take advantage of opportunities as they present themselves. And you can never be too attached to a person or an opportunity or a place. You can't be attached to anything or anyone. You need to be mobile. You need to be always able to pick up your shit and move. Next, I would stop smoking weed sooner. I stopped smoking weed 2 years ago, but if I could, I would go back to my younger self at 20 years old. I'd say stop now. Just stop smoking weed altogether. I was addicted like in high school, but then when I got out of high school, I wasn't really addicted. But your brain is capable of so much more when you're sober. And I know that's really hard for a lot of people to understand, but you can't understand until you're fully sober. It's just one of those things. Like, you don't know what you're capable of until you see what you're capable of. And weed really slows you down mentally. You can't think straight. You wake up tired. You wake up groggy. Your memory's all faded and jaded, and it's just not worth it. You know, like, you feel really good. Don't get me wrong. Like the feeling of like sleeping in your bed when you're high and you just like literally are fucking in the bed, like, great feeling, but everything that comes after that does not triumph. It does not make that feeling worth it. And it is my opinion, but it's the truth. Everyone I know who is successful doesn't smoke weed, and it's just the truth. So stop smoking sooner than later. I wouldn't get a dog, and I know like, maybe you were planning on getting a dog. I don't know. This one's gonna be short, but listen, I love my dog so much. He is my son, he's my dog, he's my boy. Like, love him so much. But it just makes life a little harder to maneuver. And like I said in the first part, you need to be able to maneuver life swiftly. So don't get anything that completely ties you down and anchors you down and makes life harder to maneuver. Because if I want to go move a country, that's gonna be really hard with a dog. So don't get a dog until you're completely settled down. I want to get into some serious business, like sauce. Like, this is going to be some serious, real shit that no one talks about. So if you stayed to this part of the video, this is my reward to you for staying here. Listen, the secret to business is that every single one of these influencers has mastered this thing called funnels. Well, they haven't even mastered it. They hire people that have funnels. So this is going to be a long yap, but super saucy. I hate those people that just beat around the bush. This is straight sauce. Master funnels and you will make money, period. If you can focus on one offer, focus on one thing that you want to sell. Like, for me, it's TikTok shop, and I need to focus on that. I've been distracted by crypto. I've been distracted by other things, mostly crypto, to be honest. And it pulls my brain. So like, my brain needs to be centered, right? Like, I need to be here. But when I see crypto and an easy way to make money, that is crypto, like literally just having your money make money, my brain gets pulled and I need to drive myself back to here. So right now, my main focus is TikTok shop and teaching people how to make money with TikTok shop, because my business in Media Labs, we pay creators to make content. So I'm not doing a sales pitch either, not even a sales pitch. If I can just channel all the energy that's going over here, all the energy that's going over here, just fucking channel it, focus, which being sober really helps with, I will make so much more money than I would if I was splitting my energy in half and doing half crypto, half TikTok shop. I need to focus on one thing. Everyone that you see that gets rich, focuses on one thing, and then when they sell a company and they have $20 million liquid, then they can diversify their energy, because to really start something and to really fucking make money off of it to like the point where it's good enough ROI, you're gonna need like 500 racks. So you put 500 racks in this small business, you put 500 racks in this stock portfolio. You need to stay focused. Long story short, find your thing and focus on it. That one thing. Don't get sidetracked by whatever it is. If you don't want to do TikTok shop, I don't give a fuck. If you do, I'll treat you very well. I'm going to get you paid. But if you don't, this applies to everything. So you find your thing that you want to focus on, and you do these things. All right. So you have the idea. You have the idea of what you want to do. You have a burning desire to get it done. You back it with faith. So now that you know what you want to do, you have your plan, you have your burning desire, and you have faith in God, you can do it consistently and you can persevere, you can succeed at anything. Literally anything. So you utilize social media. A lot of people do. I know people that are making $1 million a month and they don't even have a fucking social media. They literally just run ads. They run ads and they make $1 million a month. It's insane. You don't even need a presence. So you have your idea. You make funnels. So you go to like ClickFunnels or something and you create a funnel that gives someone a free value or a really low barrier to entry, $10 value. And then you give them enough value. And the thing that I wish I knew even sooner, I haven't really known this, but I wish I really, really, really cared about it more, is that value needs to be at the forefront of any idea that you have. If you start a business and it's a good idea, but you're not executing on giving the value to people, you're not going to make nearly as much money as you possibly can. And you're going to think like, a lot of people have that short-term mindset where they think about like, well, I need to make money up front. I need to make a lot of money up front versus I'm going to make a little bit of money up front and I'm going to knock their fucking socks off, give them so much value. They're going to go tell everybody, tell all their friends about what I've created, and they're going to make me more money long term. So you got to have that long-term mindset where you're focused on value-oriented thinking versus quick money thinking. Value is what's going to allow your brand and your business to sustain. So you master your funnel. You back it with those 5 steps. You have your funnel, you give them something low, then you drive them through your funnel. $10, $45, $300, $3,000. The funnel can never end if you truly connect with people and you give something of value. That's how all these influencers make all their money. It's simple, a funnel. All of my TikTok content drives to a $10 course. That $10 course, at the end of the course, I say, hey, you got a bunch of fucking value from this $10 course. I'm gonna give you even more for just $45. Holy shit, you got this much value for $45. Imagine how much I could give you for $3,000, you know? So it's like, I'm not pitching, again, like I said, like this is literally just transparency, how you can make money. You focus on one thing, you create a funnel, you back it with faith, you back it with perseverance, you drive all your traffic to one funnel. Once they're in your funnel, it's gonna be so much easier to sell them, and you just continue to upsell them because they're providing the monetary value, you provide the value that they're looking for. You're getting them the end result that they're looking for. So focus one thing, create an insane funnel, you're gonna make a fuck ton of money. Thirdly, sports cars are really, really, really cool. I've dreamed of having them ever since I was a kid, but they're not all that they may seem. Influencers are going to show you their cars. They're going to get you to fixate and idolize them for their cars, which I literally have done myself at work, so obviously why not do it? But a lot of you guys are fully invested into growing your business, or you're making money solely for the fact of getting a car and showing other people that you got a car. While it's a really cool trophy and you will feel accomplished momentarily, only momentarily, you're going to drive the car, you're going to get the car, it's going to sit in your garage, and then you're going to say like, damn, did I really just do all that hard work just to have this car? It's not fulfilling at all. So you need to find something that is bigger than just a car, you know? One of the most important things you need to have in your life is a burning desire, not just a burning desire to have a car, but a burning desire to create a legacy, something that's bigger than yourself. And I personally have been struggling with that lately because I was sold the dream, just like probably everyone was, that if you just work hard, you get a cool car, you get a cool crib, you're gonna feel like you made it. And unfortunately, it's not the truth at all. So I know so many of you guys, you're impressionable, you watch a lot of content, and you get sold that, just like I got sold that. And I want to be the only influencer person that talks about that in a real matter where it's like, it's not going to fill the void, bro. If you have a void, it's not going to fill it. If that's your end goal, you're not going to be fulfilled when you get it. And it's hard to describe that to somebody because like they don't really care about being fulfilled. They want to work hard. They want to live a fast-paced life. And you can do both of those things without putting your goals into materialistic items, you know? Like the way I would go about it, if I could go back in time, is I would focus on making my business even more customer driven and providing more to the customers. And then naturally I would find myself in a position like, oh, I can go get a car. Because so many people go into it twisted and they think like, oh, I'm gonna go get a car. And they neglect their customer because all they care about is the car. They neglect their business, they neglect their friends because all they care about is getting the car. And I know it sounds so crazy to even say that out loud. Like, who does that? But people do it all the time. So don't put the car above everything. Needless to say, stop watching porn. It's horrible for your brain. It's toxic. It ruins your relationship with women. It ruins how you perceive women. It ruins how you perceive circumstances in your life. Like it's just corroding and rotting your brain. If you haven't already stopped watching porn, please do it. It's evil, demonic, and if you have a really hard time watching it, seek Christ. Christ will genuinely solve your problem in that nature. It's more than what I can do. Give that to Christ, and every time you lust and every time you feel the temptation, just imagine yourself running to Christ, because the sooner you can quit, the better. Next, I think that I wish I appreciated people more. And it's not that I don't appreciate them, it's that I don't vocalize my appreciation for people as much as I should. And that could even go with God, you know? Like, I think God has blessed me incomprehensibly, and it's so easy for me to neglect it because of what I don't have, what other people are doing, and I think that shouldn't happen. That is one thing that if I could go back in time, I would tell everyone that's in my life I appreciate them more, because everyone in your life is temporary. Whether they've been in your life for 5 years or 5 days or 5 weeks, you have no idea how much longer they're going to be there. And thank the Lord I haven't had anyone in my life die recently, but I just want everyone to know in my life and in my circle and my followers that I appreciate them. And that is something that you need to really implement into your life to make a good impression on people. Is like, just say, hey man, I really appreciate you sharing that with me. Hey man, I really am glad that we're connected. I'm really glad that, you know, I just use the word appreciate more is the moral of this one. Is just tell people you appreciate them, because it can be so easy for people to feel like you don't appreciate them. And how many times do people get told that you appreciate them? Back in the day, I used to just text my friends and be like, hey man, I just appreciate you. Just want to let you know. You know, how many people do that? No one, and it's so simple. Every now and then I do it, but I want to make it more of my routine, and just to let people know I appreciate you. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate who you are as a person. So that's a simple one. I wish I started taking creatine sooner, and I wish it took it more consistently. Creatine, every time I take it, I get fucking puffy and huge, and I wish I started taking it sooner, but I didn't. Simple. I wish I knew that everything is negotiable. A lot of people, they'll tell you the certain price for something, but you accept that. You accept like, oh, that's their price. Everything in life is negotiable. Not only like monetarily, but like relationship-wise. Like everything in your life, you can usually get what you want by asking for it. You don't get what you want in life, you get what you ask for. And that's something that I wish I had the courage to do later in my life, but I just simply didn't know that everything is negotiable. And this is why it's super important to put yourself in a place of leverage so that you can negotiate. If you have no leverage, you're not going to be able to negotiate. So me, I'm an influencer, I have followers, I have influence basically, so that gives me a lot of leverage. Like if someone wants something from me, I know that, dude, you're asking me for my followers. You want to pay me $5,000 for this, but you're the one asking me for my followers. I'm not going to take anything less than $10,000 for that. So they're like, here, I'll pay you. Like, perfect example. A company reached out to me like a week ago, and they're like, hey, we'll give you $2,000 to make a YouTube video about this. And I was like, no, not worth my time, because I'm not desperate for money. No matter how much money you have, never be desperate for it and know your value. They were like, yeah, we'll give you $2,000 for it. I'm like, oh, not worth my time. And they're like, what would be worth your time? I was like, $5,000. And they were like, okay, cool, that works. So it's like, don't just take what they give you right away. And if they ever are coming to you, that means they want your service, they want your knowledge, and never let people take advantage of that. I remember back in like last year, there was this company selling Shillegit, and they wanted to give me $8,000 a month. And to me at the time, I was like, dude, this is like half my income. Holy fuck, like, yeah. But they were taking advantage of me because they wanted me to post every day. They wanted me to post a story every day. And I'm like, after like doing it, I was like, holy fuck, like $8,000 is not nearly enough for what I'm doing for these people. So I ended up just giving them back the $8,000 because I had asked for more. And sometimes you're not gonna win your negotiation, but that's why it's super important to determine what your worth is. You know, like your time, your energy is very valuable, but if you're starting out, you're probably not gonna be as valuable as you will be in the future, but you don't get what you want, you get what you ask for. Whether that be a girl's phone number, whether that be a monetary amount, you don't get what you want if you don't have the courage to ask for it. Whether it be just like getting some extra fucking shit on your Chipotle burrito, like you don't get what you want if you don't get what you ask for. And a lot of the times, you're gonna get what you want if you just have the courage to ask. That's all it really comes down to. It's like there's so many simple things in your life right now that you could get, but you curl up in a little ball and you just don't have the balls to ask. And this takes me into the next thing, and it's like, I wish I embodied my confidence more. And I'm a very confident fella, but there's been times in my life where it's like everything comes and goes in reasons and seasons, whatever. But I wish I was more confident outwardly. Like inwardly, I'm very confident, but it's like confidence can get you anything you want. If you walk into the nicest hotel in your neighborhood, your city, and you just waltz on in there like you belong there, versus walking in there and like looking around and you're like, oh fuck, am I gonna get in trouble? Like you walk in there like you fucking own the place. And once you can walk into any room like you own the place, everything in your life is gonna get so much easier. When you don't rely on the validation of other people because you know who you are inside, your life's gonna get easier. When you know, hey, I'm a smart individual, I make a lot of money, I am trying to make a lot of money, my head's on straight, I read, I go to the gym, I'm a fucking good guy, you're gonna become more confident versus you find every way to fucking talk down on yourself, like, oh, but I'm not rich, but I'm not jacked, but I'm not tall. I'm not any of those things. I'm not tall or jacked, and I'm still like, I understand my value. You should go to Female Delusion Calculator if you haven't yet. It's like, if you're just a guy who's focused, doesn't go out and club every single weekend, doesn't smoke weed all the time, tries to make money, is ambitious, you're in the 1% of man. You don't need $1 million to be a 1% man. You have a relationship with God, you work hard, you're focused, you are a 1% man. But being a 1% man means you're trying every day more and more to become a 1% man. So it's like, don't allow yourself to talk negatively about yourself. Listen to the audiobook Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, because the devil is not some dude with red horns. The devil is that voice in the back of your head that tries to talk you out of everything, talk you down, negative, bash yourself. You are a valuable individual, and once you understand that, you can walk into any room, and it's not about thinking you're the best person in the room. It's about understanding that you don't need to compare yourself to anyone in the room because you are secure with who you are. Once you do that, your life is going to be on easy mode because opportunities are going to come your way because it's all about how you carry yourself. If you just carry yourself with a positive demeanor, opportunities will fall towards you. If you open yourself up to God in all of His abundance and you are accepting of them and you say, God, I'm a hard worker, I trust you, I have faith in your vision, I have the idea, I have the perseverance, I have the discipline, now I'm open and accepting to your abundance. You will get anything and everything you want, period. Determine who needs to be cut off quick. If you can feel that someone is being a nuisance in your life and dragging you down, get rid of them sooner than later. And a lot of these things are almost things that I wish I did or a lot of these things are things that like I wish I stopped doing or I let go of sooner. If you've caught on to that, where it's like I wanted to stop smoking, got to stop watching porn, let go of people sooner. A lot of it really comes down to just detaching from the things that are holding you back, but it also takes the self-awareness and the consciousness of understanding what are those things that are holding you back. So like those kids that you went to high school with, if you can feel that like hanging out with them is not good for you, you're spending your time in a circle that's not lifting you up, but rather just an anchor, sooner than later, get out of there and spend time by yourself. Join online communities because environment's insanely important, insanely. And if you're hanging out with friends who just smoke weed, drink, talk about absolute pointless bullshit, you're fucked. So it's like, maybe if you just have one friend, hang out with just that one friend and focus with him. Maybe Join an online community of like-minded individuals that are focused on money, focused on whatever it is you're interested in, and spend more time with them. Build a connection with somebody and move out to a different state with them. I've seen it happen time and time again. It's really, really fucking important. We are living in the best time in history where you can meet people from all over the fucking world, build a relationship with them, and become actual friends over a fucking screen. So, don't take advantage of the fact that you can actually use social media to be social, to connect with people that are like-minded and get you out of situations where you're hanging out with people that aren't doing anything for you, just cutting ties, letting go, detaching from things that aren't benefiting you, and focusing on yourself. Ultimately, all of those things that I stated come back to you in like being the best version of yourself. That's what's it's all about. Is a lot of people think that prioritizing themselves is selfish, but it's responsible. At what point are you going to realize that you actually do? You are the center of your world in the least selfish way possible. Like, if you aren't the best version of yourself, how can you be the best version in your life for the other people around you? You can't. Everything should be decided from a place of like, what's this going to do for me in the least selfish way possible? If I make this decision, is it going to make my life harder? If I make this decision, what's my life going to look like 6 months from now? If I make this decision, am I going to be overly stressed? Am I going to have too much pressure on myself? Everything needs to come from a loving place of, what will this do to my psyche? What will this do to my being? So, I think that's a good start for now. I think that's good. I really love you guys. I really appreciate you watching this. If you guys want to see more of this, please drop a comment. I'm really going hard on YouTube. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with YouTube. I want to figure it out. I want to grow on it, and I'm trying my hardest. And I really appreciate it. If maybe 5 people, maybe 2 people stayed to the end of this video, I really do, really do appreciate you. You have no idea, because this shit's hard. You know, I really want to provide value, and I really want to figure this shit out. So I love you guys. I hope this helped. Peace.